We're
Okay.
here with the first juror, Blake. You've had a couple days to, digest your eviction. How are you feeling now?
I'm feeling a bit better than how I felt when I was evicted. The first time I was very upset that I went home. I was like devastated because I felt like there was so much I could have done to avoid it, and I was like
Hmm.
backdoored. I didn't even have a chance to compete in veto, which is not fun. But I'm feeling a lot less upset about the whole situation now.
Hmm.
Hmm.
It was a really, unusual circumstance that took you out the game. You had an ally who had disability and
Hmm.
they didn't come through. So, like, how are you feeling about that?
I feel like had he been there, I definitely feel like it's very likely I would have still been in the game had he been able to use it. But thinking about more, like if Jonah is still in that veto, like he probably still wins it. He probably still takes off whoever Ike would have nominated. I still would have been the renom. I probably still would have went home
Hmm.
3-3 tie. Which, so thinking about it, like as much as that would have been great, like I think it's definitely a chance I had to staying that it definitely would have made it a lot more likely, I would have said. I don't think it necessarily would have guaranteed me staying. So I'm not
Hmm.
super upset with Nathan for not doing that. So
Well, you were clearly like in a very dominant position, winning HOH and POV back to back, taking your target out, and then
mhm.
essentially having like all the powers in the house
Oh,
on your
I mean,
side.
I
So do you
know
feel
it was
like it
good
was
for
a
a
bit too
while.
much?
Um, Sorry, what did you say?
Hello?
Hi, sorry. What did you
E-
What was the question? Sorry.
oop.
Hello.
If you're talking, I can't hear, but maybe the problem's me.
Oh yeah, wait. You're
Oh shoot, I deafened myself. Okay,
okay.
I don't know how that happened. I'm so
Okay,
sorry.
sorry. Do you mind repeating the question? Just because I was like,
Yeah, so my question is basically, do you feel like you were being a little too like dominant in the game? Like you had all the powers on your side, you won those
um,
comps back to back and whatnot.
so with the back-to-back comps, I don't. I think maybe it was definitely alarming to some extent. I think Randy might have picked up on that as something, but I don't think necessarily the comps was what my downfall was, and neither was the powers because I don't think everyone knew that I knew where everything was. I think what my downfall ended up being was that I tried too hard to keep Randy on my good side, where
Hmm.
I should have just kind of cut my losses when knowing that he was with Alicia, Jonah, and them, because I had that feeling anyways. I just should have just trusted my gut with it. Um,
I understand that.
so I think that's where I went wrong. Was I should have just tried to push for Orange to evict Alicia if I really wanted Alicia gone, and then went that way because um, I don't think I think I needed Randy on my side, and I think pushing so hard against what he wanted was a red flag for him.
Hmm.
Hmm.
All right. Well, it was a 4-3 vote for you to leave, so it was obviously really close. Who do you think were the three that were on your side?
I think the three were Chase, Orange, and um, Brayden. That would be my guess. And then
Hmm.
Nickel and the others evicted me.
Right. Interesting.
Hmm.
Did it surprise you in any way? Were you expecting any more or less votes?
I knew it was going to come down to Nickel. I just didn't know where, or like I knew it was going to come down to one vote, whether it was Nickel or Orange, whoever. I assume Orange kept me because I just didn't. I wouldn't see the point in lying, whereas Nickel just didn't say anything to me about keeping me or not. So if Orange did evict me, I think that's just a very stupid play to say, "Oh, I'm not evicting you," like to me before I'm leaving. But
Hmm.
um, I do. I think that it was like, I don't know. I think those three for sure. Yes. Is that where we are? I don't know.
Yeah, I understand that. So,
Mm.
looking back on your game, is there anything major you feel like you should have approached differently, or would you still do the same thing?
Um, I think I'm very, very happy with like the social game I was able to play. I feel like a lot of people did really trust me. I think if I were to do something differently, it would just be stepping back and realizing that maybe pushing for Alicia super hard to go isn't the best play, and I should have just kind of let KK leave and tried to play more of a double agent role that I could have. I think I just kind of
Mhm.
spoke too much at times.
Understand that.
Hmm.
Well, Miss Joshua, do you have any questions? Thanks for
Wow, love my fans. No, I'm sad about while waiting for.
he wants to know, do you feel like you prioritized strategy or social game?
I definitely prioritize social game, but I think I was like social to the point where everyone kind of knew that everyone was good with me. Where it was like, oh, we should probably get him out. Um, yeah, I would say that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, as the first member of the jury, you kind of play a critical role in terms of setting the tone for the jury house.
Yes, I do.
So, how do you feel like you're approaching that?
I'm very excited. I'm going to do my best because you know what? If I can't game in the house, we're going to game in the jury house. We're going to have fun. I want to make sure, and this is going to sound bitter. This is going to sound crazy. I don't want Randy to win, and I will do anything in my power to make sure he doesn't. Because I knew Randy
Understandable.
before the game. We've been friends for years, like 4 years.
Hmm.
I've Randy, not a very I hope he listens back to this interview. Randy, a very controversial figure, has done things that are very problematic, and I decided to
Hmm.
stand by him like as a friend in ways during those things and had his back when other people were talking shit about him very aggressively. And
Hmm.
in this game he really was just shit to me like the whole time. Like he wasn't super loyal. I wasn't super loyal because he wasn't super loyal. He wasn't super invested in talking game with me. He never really gave me any info. He 100% had like alliances with the other side of the house, and I was asking him to tell me about them, and he wouldn't. And so I didn't tell him about the six. And I just like, there's just so many things I don't respect about Randy and
Hmm.
what he did. And part of that is just bitter because I considered him a friend and like I've done a lot of things for him, but I just don't want him to win because I don't think he's a good person. Like I just don't think he deserves it.
Hmm.
I would not like to see someone like him win because I don't think he's very just fake. When he like, ugh,
Understand.
I could tell you, oh, off record maybe.
All right. Well, kind of on that topic, like, there were a lot of arguments or issues in the house regarding, social issues and stuff. And I think you mentioned in your private DR how you didn't like how political the season was getting. So like, what were you kind of
Mhm.
making that if of that in terms of how you were maneuvering through the game?
So I was just trying to play the game as if it was like a game. I didn't try like I didn't want to be involved. I didn't want to be involved in any political things. And I use that as like um a rule for me when playing any games is I try to just avoid politics because
Mm-hmm.
it's an uncomfortable conversation to talk about. And as much as I was agreeing with Alicia and what she was saying, Alicia was a very like powerful person in the game in terms of what she could do. And it was bothering me that I felt like morally I would have to play a different game that was worse for me if I wanted to do that. And I just said, like, why do we have to keep bringing it up?
Mm-hmm.
And as much as Alicia maybe was like getting the underlying things, I don't think what she did was beneficial because she wasn't doing it over, she wasn't trying to do it in a very way that would educate them. It was very pointing at them and saying, you're
Mm-hmm.
a racist, you're this, you're that, instead of saying that joke wasn't funny for this reason, which was, it's just like, I didn't appreciate the way it was handled. I didn't appreciate the way Randy was coming to me and talking about it because Randy 100% is it's like different, like outside of this, like this is the first time he's done anything liberal, so I just don't understand why. I don't understand anything that happened. So,
Right, I get that.
oh, well, I have to go soon. So,
I
coming,
okay. How
coming.
much more time you have? Would you say?
Like a minute.
Okay. I'm just gonna rush through your goodbye messages.
Okay,
So you
yeah.
can just give your thoughts on them as they go.
All right.
Um, Nathan and Nick, KK, we didn't get one, and from them, so
That's okay.
they will not be included. Oop. And this one was from Brayden. Oh, there's an exit interview channel, by the way.
Yes, I'm
That's where.
in it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put mute right now.
So this is from Brayden. And I'll post the rest, and he can give his thoughts, probably in his public DR. I have to leave, but that's all for now.